Hello, and welcome to another Real Talk. So, today's first question is: have you ever gotten over a fear? And if so, how? I think the only fear I've really had was the fear of heights, which is one of the more common ones, I think. I still haven't exactly gotten over it, but I have pushed past it plenty of times before. But I usually just have a moment of hesitation, like a consideration of where I am and how far down the drop is. Um, and like pushing past a fear is quite hard because your body is like really screaming at you to just not do it and just back away and consider your options. But I've always found that when you do push past your fear, you feel great afterwards. So my best experience of me overcoming this fear is at a giant inflatable water park that was like on a lake. I think it was called Kiwi Park or something, I don't know. And they had this giant drop, and I saw all my friends, like, or relatives drop off it, and they were all having such fun. I was like, you know what, I'll do it. So I had to muster up all my courage and jump off this, like, big drop. And I thought that this drop would be like maybe 10 seconds max, but it literally, as when I was falling in the air, it felt like a whole minute had passed. And then splash, like full on blah, what you know what I mean? It was just I hit the water and my whole body was on fire. But but afterwards I just felt really like great at the end. I was like, dang, I can't believe I did it. And I still actually look back on this and just admire my courage, I guess. I don't know, like just the feeling of overcoming this fear. My my advice for overcoming a fear would probably just be to try and push through and overcome it, because I feel like that's just like the easiest way to, like, you know just get past these things. Alright, so the next question is a question I actually got from my email, so I'm actually quite happy about this. I'm surprised people are, sending me messages and whatnot. Thank you very much. What is your favorite homemade meal? Now, I really love this pasta dish that my mum makes. It uses tortellini or penne pasta. It doesn't really matter what type of pasta it is, but usually you want like this is the one that my mum usually uses anyway. And it has a white carbonara sauce and some cooked sausages thrown in. It's very simple. It's very yummy, and it's just, but it's rare. But my mum barely makes it, and that's why it's a bit special, because since we barely have it, it's kind of like a treat of sorts, and that's why it's my favorite. I just really love it. It's very simple, and you know, maybe I'll make a video on it where I just have like the camera set up and I just show you guys how I make it, or how my mum makes it anyway. Now the next question here is music just beeps and boops to you? Now this one comes from my friend Papskull. I've been asking him to do some questions for me every now and then, so this is one of the few that he sent in a while ago. Now music just as beeps and boops. It depends on like what type of music I'm listening to. So if it was a more lyrical, story-driven piece of music, like, Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly album, or My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye West, things like that, I would more focus on what the artist is trying to say, as like what is trying to say, and then trying to understand it, or like trying to grasp meaning behind it, because I feel like most hip-hop and rap, like, type of pieces of music or whatever, they're very lyrical and very story driven, but but the other side of the spectrum of beeps and boops for me is more D&B and breakcore, just things like that, just pure sound, like it's just drum and bass and just all the synths and everything like that. When that happens, when it's just there's no words, it's just pure music, pure sound, I usually just visualize it through like I don't know why I do it, but I just visualize it through a audio spectrogram, or those really weird YouTube remix videos. With the circle in the middle. You know the ones I'm talking about, where they played like those super, like those really old YouTube style intros, like the YouTube music that all the old creators use. That you guys will know what I'm talking about if you're into it. But that's what I kind of imagine my music to be, depending on what it is. And the final question for today, which is a bit it's a very big question. This one also comes from Papsicle. What's a quote you think could have an impact on everyone's life? Now, I've really like a lot of different quotes, and I really want to show them all, but since I only had to pick one, I decided on this one because it's a bit easier to explain and to like show appreciation for it. Now, gotta get my voice in, you know. When I had my accident, I found at that moment nothing in life is promised except death. If you have the opportunity to play this game of life, you need to appreciate every moment. A lot of people don't appreciate their moment until it's past. Now, this quote is from Kanye West, specifically from his 2005 Grammy Award acceptance speech. Although Kanye West is a bit controversial right now, his younger self, I should say, was a bit more wise, I guess. But yeah, I really like this quote because although it's really it's a bit grim, like saying that nothing in life is promised except death. But it reminds me to keep on striving to enjoy every moment of my life and to try and be a better person daily. But it also talks about how when you have your own moment, like your own moment of where you succeed and do something, like for example you overcome a fear, you know, you should appreciate that moment and try to share it and celebrate with others, like what I did just earlier where I shared my, you know, how I got over my fear of heights, which I still have, but you know what I mean. It's like, it's just moments like that that you truly need to appreciate, and yeah. Well, this is quite a short video, I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at the recording right now. It says it's like been 7 minutes, but I'm gonna have to end it here. I don't really have. I'm trying to like limit all my questions very slowly, like to drip feed it, you know, because if when I run out, it's gonna be very hard to come up with more questions. So I'm gonna try and keep it to 4 a video or something like that. Depends on the topic, really. But yeah, I'm gonna end this video here. But before I sign off, I have a thought for you guys, and or a question, you know. What are you grateful for? And it doesn't really need to be a big thing. It can be as simple as feeling the cold wind when you're outside, or waking up in the morning. Well, I better get going. I've got some more recordings to do anyway. So, if you do have any burning questions or wanting some advice, you can email it to xshibex.realtalk@gmail.com. And with that, I wish you all the best. Farewell, and take care.